Oh guys, so again we are in the Poland. Last time we were shooting in the garden, the timing of marriage video. It got a lot of views, so we have something in that lucky garden. The last time we were talking about my experience with the client regarding the Dasamsa and how we went through the dynamics of the problems with boss and also the problems related to the choosing of the right direction. And in today's we'll be talking a little bit about the yogas, the malefics, the Saturn and the Atmakaraka in the Dasamsa. And I think that will conclude this part about the chart of the career Dasamsa. So it's important to understand that the vertical relation between the Rashi, Navamsha and the Dasham, if you will master this theoretical application, this demarcation lines between these definitions, what each Varga means, and you will also get this touch, the feeling, the experience, the Vijnana, which is coming from the analyzing the charts, from the experience, from the readings, from the research, then you will definitely have the solid foundation how to approach this topic of choosing the perfect line. Now, it was very tempting to give the interpretation based on the Kendra Kona yogas and Viparita yogas, but I was taught that the lordship type of yogas like the Kendra Kona or the Viparita yoga, they will not really function in the Dasamsa. So we are not using such yogas there. It is quite simple and the point is crossed, the problem is solved. Now, when it comes to malefic planets, we need to understand that there are two options for this. If they are in the vulnerable points and if they are especially afflicted, then we are dealing with the similar situation to the interpretation of the malefic in the Rashi chart. But if they are showing the jobs, then they will show those type of jobs which are creating some type of stress for the people who are concerned. For example, if you are a doctor, you may be dealing with the Saturn because you want to take that disease and throw it away. And if you are the policeman, then also if you are driving a car and then there is some control, then the police is coming to you, then you also feel, even if you are quite clear you didn't do anything, then still there is some stress, right? The similar thing would be with people who are quite famous. The brightness of the sun will cause the stress, or the political people in power and so on. Whilst with the jobs which are related to the Venus, like nurse, or a moon, which is the psychotherapist, or the artist, singer, then these energies, this is very different. This is a soothing, vulnerable, and very nice energy which is feeding us. But we need those two type of functions in life. We need to access to the positive things, but we also need to secure ourselves, protect ourselves from this negative things like diseases or the thieves or this lack of order, the chaos and so on. Therefore, you have the Sun, this Mars, this Ketu and Saturn. So the question is, are these malefics protecting you from evil or they are causing evil to you? So for example, if they are afflicted in the Dasamsa or they are in some vulnerable points, in some bad yogas, here we are meaning the Karaka yogas like Saturn Ketu or Pisacha yoga, Mars Ketu, then this can be quite problematic. Like, for example, we have Sun and Saturn in the Lagna for Tiger Woods, which was causing a big reputation problem in the Venus Antardasha. But in the same Venus Antardasha, at the end, he came out of it and he even took part in the golf tournaments. So that was because the Venus was in the Digbala, Lagna Lord in the fourth Digbala, bringing the success. So it brought two completely opposite events in one Antardasha, in one sub-period. In the first part, it created the problems for reputation because it disposited the Sun, Saturn in the Lagna, and at the end, it still gave the success because of the Digbala position in the Dasamsa. And Digbala are very important in this chart. If you have malefics in the fourth house, this can cause irregular hours or some danger in your work. So first and fourth or other positions like a seventh house may cause bad experience with the clients or partnership, or if it's related to this bad houses, then it can cause big losses or even flops or being cheated. You can go totally bankrupt by the problem with your business partners or even clients. You may have some court case. The clients may sue you and then you may lose everything because of that legal case. There are examples like this. So depends if these malefics are showing your job or if they are somehow standing at the doors and trying to keep you away from the goodies, right? So are they keeping you away from the evil, or are they keeping you away from blessings? That is the thing. Now, the Saturn in the Dasamsa, this is very interesting because some people are saying, oh, yeah, Saturn is the natural 10th Lord, Capricorn is 10th sign, so the Lord is Saturn, so Saturn in Dasamsa will show your work. I have heard such interpretation, but we need to understand that the main karaka for the 10th house is the Mercury. They are 4, Mercury, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Saturn is showing basically also the failures. So in the Shamsa, we compare Saturn and Mercury, just like we compare 6th and 7th house to decide if you should, or if the circumstances are more supporting service or business. Similarly, the Saturn 10th from Saturn may also show your failures. So this is quite opposite to what other schools are saying. If Saturn is showing anything, that would be the failures, especially in the 10th house from the Saturn in the Shamsa, because those karakas are very nicely divided. The Mercury, the main one, is showing that greed. He is the king of the artha. He is also showing that Rajoguna, which is very much needed, the ambition to get the position, to get the money, to get the status. You need to have those weaknesses. Rajoguna is kind of weakness for those shiny things. If you have this, then this power will take you to the top positions. Then you have the sun, and this is the status, this is the authority, this is the steadiness, the routine, the consequence. So you need to do one thing day by day. So Ketu is also very close there because it shows that drive for perfectionism. And then we have these two sides, Jupiter for abilities, the brilliance and the fruits, the productivity. This is the Jupiter. So not much work, but a lot of effort. So this parental rule, like 80-20, this would be definitely this Jupiterian quality. And then we have those failures or problems which are caused by Saturn. And when we talk about the Atmakara or Amatyakaraka, first, we have to see them in the Rashi chart, because if they will not be the relation to the career life, then it is not much sense or meaning to analyze them in the Dasamsa. But if they are somehow connected, when they are showing that either lessons or your spirit is really in that career life, then you can decide which part of the career life will be specifically important, and then you can also analyze Atmakaraka in the Dasamsa. So very good charts to analyze. All those things we discussed here will be the Serena Williams, and then we have the Saturn between Mercury and Mars. So for sports, we need that Mercury and Mars. There is a very strong 10th house from Moon related to 7th house of competition, also very often accentuated in the charts of sportsmen. Then we have this Oprah Winfrey, so Venus and Moon in Trikona, which is showing this beneficial position, and Mercury very strongly in the 5th house in the sign of the Moon. So 10th Lord from the Rashi chart is very important to analyze in the Dasamsa, and if it's in the 1st, 5th or 9th, then this shows that person is working with the knowledge. And Mercury in the sign of Taurus, this Mercury and Moon yoga is very important for journalists and people who are into publications. And we know that one of the top most, apart from the Oprah Winfrey show, is that she is very much into the publishing, and therefore this Mercury in the 5th in the Moon sign. And this is her strength, this is her authority, this is what she will be known for, because that Mercury is in the 5th house. And the actress Angelina Jolie, we also have this Venus in Rashi, Navamsha, and in the Dasamsa in the Lagna. 10th Lord, Simhasana Yoga in the Lagna, also very strong chart. So in the D10, we can also see how the 10th house and the 7th house are very much there. And 10th Lord from the Rashi chart is in the 1st house in the Dasamsa. So for the people who are very famous, when it comes to the looks, or people who are starting something new, especially in the Aries, the Venus will be very much accentuated. But there is also a lot of Moon influence, both in all three, in Rashi, Navamsha, and Dasamsa. So this will also show this charity side. So not all high-ranked people in career life are involved so much in the charity. Those who are, they will have this Moon very strongly accentuated in those charts. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I hope this will help you in understanding the Dasamsa chart. Thanks for watching till the end and being here with me on this channel. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helped to make this video more viral. Join our Discord community. You can find the link in the description. So there is nice building of the community, which are the enthusiasts of Vedic astrology. So you also don't want to miss these discussions. For one-on-one session, you can hit me up with this email. We will analyze your chart 60 or 90 minutes on the Zoom, Rashi Navamsha and Dasamsa, Vargas, remedies and yogas. Subscribe for more, and if you are still hungry about the analysis of the Dasamsa, please consider watching this one.